Everyone is focused on getting documents into the correct CASEpeer matter. But what if that's the wrong question? Should the goal be finding the file or finding the answer? The assumption sounds logical. As organized into the correct case folder, information should be easier to find. At first glance, that makes perfect sense. But does it? The assumption is simple. If every document is automatically routed into the correct case folder, information will be easier to find. This is exactly what most firms want. Everything organized, everything filed, everything in the correct matter. But let's look inside just one document. One PDF, 218 pages. This case is perfectly organized. Every document is in the correct folder, exactly where it belongs. But look closer. Let's zoom in. This is only the hospital records folder. 22 separate PDFs, hundreds of pages each, and this is only one section of the case. Now add chiropractic, physical therapy, billing, correspondence, and everything else collected throughout the life of the case. Now answer one question. Did the surgeon recommend future surgery? The documents have been found. The folder has been found. The challenge is finding the answer.
Did the surgeon recommend future surgery? Operative notes? Hospital records? Surgeon follow-up evaluation? Provider narrative report? Every document could contain the answer. Which one do you open first? Let's try the surgeon follow-up evaluation. 124 pages. This seemed like the most likely document, but we're still looking. Another reasonable choice. Still wrong. The problem isn't finding the case. The problem isn't finding the folder. The problem is finding one answer buried inside thousands of pages. Now let's ask the exact same question. Did the surgeon recommend future surgery? Instead of guessing which document contains the answer, search once. DocuWare immediately searches every document, every page, every record, every PDF. The answer appears instantly. No opening 5 different PDFs. No reviewing hundreds of pages. No guessing which report contains the information. DocuWare takes you directly to the answer.
Both systems can organize documents, both systems can store documents, but only one is helping the attorney find information. Here's an important question. Why does the entire document need to live inside CASEpeer? CASEpeer only needs the information required to manage the case. The documents can remain in DocuWare, while CASEpeer receives the information it actually needs. Medical records arrive, police reports arrive, provider notes arrive, billing documents arrive. This is where every process begins. DocuWare automatically captures every document. No downloading, no renaming, no organizing, no manual indexing. DocuWare automatically identifies and indexes the information. Patient name, provider, dates, case references. The administrative work has already been done.
At this point, both approaches have already solved the biggest administrative problem. The documents have been captured, organized, and indexed. The question is no longer how do we organize the documents. The question becomes where should the information live?
This is the one area where Foundation AI has an advantage. It can automatically push case management information directly into CASEpeer.
If CASEpeer needed every document to manage the case, I'd understand the concern. Medical records, hospital records, thousands of pages. But that's not the case. CASEpeer needs information, not every document. CASEpeer doesn't need thousands of pages, it needs case information. DocuWare prepares the information. CASEpeer manages the case. Less than a minute later, the matter is ready. So how does DocuWare get the information CASEpeer needs? Let's take a look.
DocuWare has already done the heavy lifting. The records have been captured, the PDF split, and the information indexed. The remaining task is simply validating a few case management fields.
This is the one task Foundation AI automates. Without a direct connection, someone still needs to create the matter inside CASEpeer. But DocuWare has already prepared the information. The case manager simply enters the details CASEpeer needs.
Client name, matter number, hospital, provider, incident date, save, next case. In less than a minute, multiple matters have already been created. Foundation AI has a direct connection to CASEpeer, and that's a real advantage. But let's put that advantage into perspective. The connection saves about 2 minutes of administrative work per case. Now compare that to the time spent by attorneys, paralegals, and litigation support teams searching for information. Watch the next few slides.
The intake process is complete. Let's look at what happens next.
The documents made it into CASEpeer. The case has been created. Everything is organized. But now the firm's most valuable professionals begin searching for information. Attorneys, paralegals. But the search for information is only beginning. Hour after hour, day after day. Let's assume your firm opens 120 new cases per month. The direct CASEpeer integration saves about 2 minutes per case. That's roughly 4 hours of administrative time, real value. But now assume just 15 minutes of search time per case. The economics change very quickly. And we're being conservative. 15 minutes of search time per case isn't much. Yet that can quickly become 40 hours per month across attorneys, paralegals, and support staff. That's roughly $3,000 to $5,000 in labor every month. Let's assume both solutions handle workflows, notifications, routing, tasks, and case management. Even then, the question remains the same. How much time is spent finding information after the documents are filed? Now the question changes. Where does the firm spend the most time after the documents are organized? If everything else is equal, Foundation AI saves time, DocuWare saves time. Both solutions can justify their investment. So what's left?
DocuWare goes further. The software may pay for itself. The productivity pays you back every month.
The goal isn't choosing one system over the other. The goal is allowing each system to do what it does best. CASEpeer manages the case. DocuWare manages the information. Together, the legal team gets the best of both worlds. One system manages the matter, the other finds the answers.
Foundation AI is focused on legal document intake. DocuWare goes beyond intake. It becomes the firm's document management platform. Legal records, contracts, human resources. One place to manage information throughout the entire organization.
DocuWare doesn't simply store documents. It manages them. Service level agreements, escalations, approvals, retention policies, audit trails, workflow accountability. The system doesn't just know where documents are, it knows where they are in the process.
Document intake is the beginning of the process, not the end of it.
Foundation AI helps get documents into the case. DocuWare helps get information out of it. The case was organized. The documents were filed. The question was never whether the files could be found. The question was whether the answers could be found. With DocuWare, they can.